All right. I'm a little further along than I was in the last video. Got it all nicely stitched up, and it's molded. Fits in, and has pretty good retention, but not so much that you can't get it back out. Now the next step is to redo the burnishing on the edges, because you burnish the edges and then you wet mold it. Well, the water affects the gum tragacanth, and it softens it, and you lose your burnish. But it's not that big of a deal. You just wet it. Just wet the edges, and then re-burnish them. And they should come, yep, and it comes right back. And that's the thing about burnishing edges. It's a long process, but it's worth it. Makes it all pretty. Now, after I get these edges all done and I let this dry, the next step is going to be to put just a little bit of Neatsfoot oil on it. You don't want to use a lot, because when you work on leather, first you wet it and you stamp it, and then it dries, and that takes some of the oils out of it. Then you dye it, that dries, it takes some more of the oils out of it, and then you mold it. Well, I mold it with hot water, because that helps to, as far as I understand, it helps to melt the collagen to make it more moldable and to help it retain the shape once it's molded. But that also takes out some of the oils. Well, Neatsfoot oil comes out of cows, and leather comes from cows, so I use a little bit of Neatsfoot on it, and that puts the oil back in the leather and extends the life of it. And after I let that soak in for a while, I usually let it sit overnight. I'll do a final top coat with tan coat, and then give that a good buffing and make it all pretty and shiny. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do some more reburnishing on these edges. That's just a damp sponge. And then we'll come back and we'll do some Neatsfooting. Okay, I've got the edges all nicely reburnished, and it's time to put a little bit of Neatsfoot on here. Yeah, I'm shaking. I shake everything. Now, when I say just a little bit, what I mean is I'll take a paper towel. I got that one wet. Let me get another paper towel here. And I'll just fold it. And that's my little pad to work with. Put a little bit of Neatsfoot on it, and then wipe it on. Just make sure you get good coverage with it. That looks pretty good. And then wipe it back off. Get the excess off of it. And that's all. Do the same to the other side. Just wipe some on. And then wipe the excess off. And that's honestly all you need. Now I'm going to let that sit overnight to completely soak in. And tomorrow I'm going to buff it. That's looking pretty good now. Tan coat it. And then buff it out all nice and pretty and shiny. Alright, see y'all later.